Hello, just fiddling with the light, seeing what's better. That one? That one. Probably that one. I've got new hair, check it out. I will wait as usual for the people to arrive. It is Sunday morning coffee number 15 and I still haven't stopped swinging the chair. Woo! Good morning. I'm only a minute late this time. The happenings of this week have not been exciting as the other week, but there is still lots to talk about. And lots of random stuff on my show and tell thing. Morning Ian, morning Felicity. Nice to see you. Yeah, just waiting along, it's Tim. The mug of choice today is world's greatest entrepreneur. Thank you everyone for this award. It was a present from my brother years ago, but I'm taking it as a real award. Thank you, I have new hair, this is very exciting. This was my last minute decision with the bits of pots that I had last night, and I thought, hey, that'll work. It's supposed to be more pink at the bottom, but it's fine. It's going with my dark fall look. I'm loving this cardigan. I feel like some sort of queen or something. I don't know. So anyway, Bad Squiddo Games. Hello everyone, it's coming along. Woo woo. I still feel a bit sleepy, but I'm not. What has happened? So I wasn't in Monday and Tuesday, so it's been a bit of a short week. I've been having more mental health struggles, but not necessarily particularly bad. Well, I started to have bad ones, but what I've been doing is spending more time on working on that, so doing more physical things. So I've been, in a very brief, because it's not Bad Squiddo, but Bad Squiddo is me. So I've put website blockers on my phone to get rid of, so I can't access the food websites and the things that make me want to spend money, and the websites that make me miserable and I should just not look at. So they're all blocked. I can override it, but it makes it, this angry old lady pops up when you go on it. So I'm like, nah, I'm alright, I don't need to go on that website. That's a good point. So that's helped. I've been eating healthily, which has also helped. And yesterday evening I was condoing the house, so I've been just clearing and tidying and all that stuff. This room's the last one. I mentioned last week that it's I would show you, but it's too embarrassing. This is the room of crap that everyone has, but yeah, it's pretty bad. So this is the last room, so get that finished today. And then more research today. I've got updates on how the progress for the Homefront minis are coming. Yes, so sorry. I've been changing my hair up as a cruel punishment to anyone who's painted as a Raging Annie, so it means you're gonna have to buy another one now and do it with the updated hair. It will probably be red again soon. Hi Trisha! So we got news about the Homefront, Sarissa, and Two Fat Lardies. If you saw the updates, we had Mr. Richard came over on Thursday, I think? Yeah, Thursday. For some general gossip, but also some updates on... I'm with it today, am I? Some updates on that thing we're doing, the Chain of Command tie-ins. If you've missed that, they're doing some rules for our Homefront miniatures. So the existing minis and the upcoming ones, but they're not just female orientated, they're just general Homefront. So a lot of you have already got the sort of Dad's Army figures from other companies. So you'll be able to use those alongside my existing ones and the new ones that are coming. So we're working together now. He's still quite busy. Okay, it's very fluffy, isn't it? He's still quite busy with the Infamy launch, but is also putting some Annie time aside, which is excellent. So the way that we're working live with this, and the rules are going to be a PDF, and they're going to be part of the Kickstarter. But it means as we're making miniatures, he can do the rules, well, him and Nick and all the other peoples that have some input. So we've been working on figuring out what miniatures and then what scenarios and rules we could have around them, which is pretty exciting. That's actually I'm really excited by it. he saw the Bofas in person and was so happy about it, and then apologised for being a big nerd, but it was ace, because it's, again, it looks ace online, but when people are, just getting you a little bit, when people see it in person, it really is just like, it's a little gun bit. That's out of focus because of me. Woo! And he asked, because it's positioned like this on mine, but yeah, you can actually tilt it because it pops in on those little parts. I just glued mine because I already had another loose bits for show off, but yeah, you can just plop it or magnetise it to aim and fire. It's made almost like a fully movable toy, which is amazing, so you can put the wheels up or down and put them on the stabilizers. Yes, I was gonna tell a secret there, but I'm not allowed. There's a related secret to that, but that's not mine to tell yet. So yeah, I've got the gun here. Also, we had the reprints. I'm not following any coherent order today. I've been up for ages as well. Matt says, hi Annie, wanted to pop on to tell you I've started you for my last day's crew. Yes, definitely need to see that. I love the Raging Annie. You think of my hair comments, look at it, it's purple. So remember me saying that, where are you? Is that you? That's you. So I keep going, hey, so that bar there will be gone, because that was a big cock up that we did there. That wasn't supposed to be there. If Chris Wolfenden is here, that's his legacy for pointing it out and making me grumpy, but then making me really appreciative. So that's not supposed to be there. And I realised that post-moulding, which was intensely stressful. But we have it fixed. So this here is another cast. It's not a print. So it's been fixed digitally, reprinted and remoulded. So all the Bofas that are being cast now for your pre-orders, all of those are going to have, none of them will have the errored ones basically. So this is the replacement. So as you can see, she's also excellent. I can't believe that these are casts. The quality is just scary good. So I can put a side by side just to see, you'll be able to see what the difference is now. So it's purely that bar across that shouldn't have been there. Kind of ended up, I was so sleepy I proved it without noticing. So that's sorted. It's also sorted on, because of the nature of digital, it was sort of dragged along, so anywhere they were used the error was there. So that's all fixed up now. So that one on the whatever left or right is the one you're gonna get. And because we don't like cocking up by smalls, we have to cock up by larges. There was also the problem in the ammo box, so that's fixed up too now. So yeah, that's the correct one. It does mean I have a limited edition of cock-ups, so I kind of want to raffle off or something as a limited edition, only 3. I think it's only 3 made. So I am very appreciative that that was spotted while only 3 had been cast, because that would have been intensely stressful. So the Bofas are now being production cast, so anyone who has pre-ordered them will be getting them, well, soon. Again, depends if the cast is watching. I can make promises then. Morning, last few people who've joined. But the Bofas is in production now, so if you've pre-ordered it, it won't be that long till you get it. Definitely want people to start getting them before the Kickstarter so that you can be posting online about how ace is. Doing all the, oh my god, everyone who's seen it has lost their minds. So you like it online, but then when you see it in person, it's just, it's so good. It's blowing minds, blowing minds. I will be posting them in order of pre-order too, so if you're one of the first, you will be one of the first. Although in theory, they'll probably all go out on the same day, but yes. So Bofas excitement, really, really happy with that and getting it out to people. So new miniatures. What new miniatures have we been working on with Alan? So I'm still absolutely buried in research. So ooh, just saw a coffee. Ah, it's still too hot. I didn't put enough milk in. So I've still been buried in research, but doing that really difficult end part of deciding how they're going to be posed, what pack size, all the little details, which ranges from really fun to enraging when I can't quite find a particular detail. But since last week, I've done the brief for 2 of the ATA, the Auxiliary Air Force Auxiliary, I can't even remember now, the women's flying people, Auxiliary Territorial Air Force, I'll go for that. So they've been all positioned and looking at all the details, because there's loads of bits of pictures but you don't quite know, so I've got to figure out what that is. So it was the parachute harnesses I spent a while looking up. So those have been done, or not been done, but they're added to the list. Alan's at the point where he's going to pop up and show me greens at any time, but I never like pester him for greens, so I wait so I don't enrage the sculptors. But yeah, anytime soon there's going to start being some greens pictures, which is exciting. So I'll be putting them up. I might do the little tease and put them on either the newsletter or Baggy's Cave first. Thanks, Carol. Air Transport Auxiliary, that's the one. There's so many acronyms, trying to remember them all. So yeah, there'll be greens shown off soon. What else did I work on? The WAF, so that's the Women's Auxiliary Air Force. So I've got a little sort of mechanic scene. So I've also got Lillian Bader, the part West Indies woman, who was the first black woman in the WAF. So she's there with a gang of other mates, sort of, she was an inspector. She got a promotion near the end, but the high up people are a bit boring to do, because I can't get them to do anything as miniatures other than point and tell people off. So I'm doing her as earlier on in her career, so she's fixing up some planes with some other ladies, which are going to be lovely. And yeah, looking at all the gear they're in. They've got these really cute berets, so they have the cap as part of the uniform, so they have a cap and overalls. But if they're doing the really dirty work, they have to have the beret on, because it sort of keeps the hair back and it's easy to clean, sort of thing. So there's that sort of info, which is fun. Who else did I do? So I did the WAF, the ATA. I'm sure I got some more done. I've just got to keep staying ahead of him so that he doesn't run out of sculpts, basically, which is funny. Morning, lots of you have joined. Woo! So there's more done. Today I will be doing the briefs for the Wrens, which is the Navy ladies. I'm trying to remember them all off by heart. The women's... No, I haven't got Wrens. I need to learn Wrens. I'm sure I'll get 8 replies there now telling me Wrens. But I'm not sure what the Wrens are going to be doing. That's one I've been struggling with. Because it's all boat... Well, it's not all, but it's a lot of it is boat related. And it's trying to also get things that are cool but also work well on the table and be viable for people to buy. So that's why I've also struggled with anyone that's indoors, because not many people do the full indoors thing, you know. So if they're at a desk, there's sort of the decoders that I'd like to do, but I just can't figure out how to make it work. With the Wrens, we've definitely got dispatch riders, so they've been given to the other sculptor, Rob, who made the Bofors. He's my digital boy, so he's been doing that. Oh, he hasn't started yet. Say that like he's working on it now. That was a lie. But he has the brief, so he'll be getting to that quite soon. We just need to double check what bike are they going to be using. I'm going to post some bike pictures up later, because I did ask some people which bikes, and there was the... Thanks, Carol. Women's Royal Naval Service. There's the Norton, the M20 and the Triumph that have all come up. But they all look like bikes to me. The Triumph's bigger bike, but that's about it. So I'm going to post some pictures of women on bikes and say, which one's that? What bike's that? What bike's that? I think when we looked at it, the M20 would be easier to sculpt than the Norton. And the Triumph's quite a big bike, and I don't know if that would have been standard for women to be on, because women can only be on medium and small vehicles, sort of nonsense. What else? Am I allowed to mention the tea truck? Oh, wait, in the comments. Am I allowed to mention the tea truck? I might be allowed to mention the tea truck. It'd be terrible if I said that and I'm not allowed to mention the tea truck. Yeah, there's some guy on Twitter that was talking about T-Truck as well with this cool little story. I posted it on this page. If you scroll down a bit, that'd be cool. So I need to start doing the details for that. So the Women's Voluntary Service, WVS, the fanny, they liked giving out tea. First aid, was it yeomanry services? See, I do know some of them. T-Truck's definitely going to be mentioned. If I'm allowed, I need some answers. Am I allowed to mention the T-Truck? From anyone who might be watching that might have a T-Truck there ready to be talked about. Hello, last few people that come. What else? Some more civilians, so the Mum's Army stuff. Mum's Army stuff? More of that sort of styled civilian clothing, which are also really fun to paint. It's one of the reasons I haven't fully started playing World War II, because I think it's... Oh god, I shouldn't say this! I think it's boring. Not boring, the painting of all the similar colours. But for Homefront's more fun, because you've got all sorts of different uniforms. It's not just pretty much that whole army drab. There's a bit of a mix, and that's one of the reasons I really like them, is that you can put all sorts of little scenes, because the battle's taken, well, theoretically, the battle's taken place around towns, even in Europe and stuff, though it's the same. It's just a bit, for me, it's just a bit more interesting than on a battlefield, so that's cool. What else have we got? Just looking at my desk. I've got some of the existing Homefront to show you. I still haven't had a sip of this tea. I tried to not be ridiculous and have the half milk that I normally do, but it's not Oh yes, I need to get more SOE planned as well. There's so much to do. So it's trying to figure out what's going to be the core of the Kickstarter and then what the stretch goals are going to be. I've got Marty Whitmore, who's up for doing some sketches for the stretch goals, because we'll no doubt go past however fast Alan can sculpt. What was it? Kickstarter. The Kickstarter is not that far off, so I'm in a bit of a panic mode, but it will be done. It will be excellent. I'm really excited. There's a lot of general buzz around it, which is awesome. I think it helps that I'm super hyped about it all. All I can think about is World War II. Then I'm having to do all this other boring stuff. I'm in paperwork hell this week. I'm like, it's not fair. Why do I have to do paperwork? That's the cruelty of it. You do all your paperwork, and then you have to do more paperwork. What's that about? So, just because they were to hand when I ran in here, I've got, just to show you off, you've seen them before, but it's nice to sort of do a little 360. So these are our existing pack. So these are the Queens, oh god, I'm going to that off the top of my head. The medics, medical service. So they went around the world. So this piece here is just one piece, which is crazy. I still can't believe that they can cast that as one piece. So I love this so much. In the brief, I said, make sure he's going to be okay. I don't like gory casualty things. He's just hit his head, but he'll be okay. And she's getting in a bag for some more bits. Whoop. And they got there. So this is the sort of thing we'll have more of, basically. It's just nice to be able to show you them in more detail. They're just lovely. It's been really, obviously it's interesting researching, but there's so much I didn't know that I've been finding out about. Here is the Land Army vignette. The poor one of them's had a chip. I need to fix her up. She's got a bit of a shiny head there. So these are all Andrew Taylor paint jobs, and they're all sculpted by Alan. So they're in a very similar outfit to the Lumberjills. Well, it's basically the same. They have a beret instead. That's kind of it. So he's going to be doing more of this. And again, they're just so nice. I've got a miniature coming out with her knees out. I'm falling into smut. Not really. It's quite funny. So I've got one of the Lumberjills, because I was reading them. They had the overalls, but because it was such hot work chopping, they'd end up either cutting the bits off into short shorts or rolling them up, which is also quite controversial for those times. So I'm going to do one of those, well, it might even be sculpted. I'm at that point where I'm really excited about Alan's little face popping up in the messenger thing. And then sometimes I'll be like, he's messaged! And it'll just be a question, like, no, what are my greens? But yeah, he's at that any point thing. I don't know if he's watching, because then you might say, oh, it's very fluffy there, it's very fluffy. Yeah, he might say, no, I haven't done that yet. But he's been asking questions back and forth this week, so I think lots has been happening on his sculpting table, which is exciting. I really want to start showing you some stuff. I was talking with Rich about doing a scenario for like a woman with a pram. I might do a woman with a pram, and then maybe there's a bomb in the pram because it's a German spy. I like that idea. So I'm trying to make cool little things around them. I think there were milk women I saw, like a milk. You call them milkmen, but you don't call them milk women, do you? That's a bit strange. Lady milk dispense. No, it's not working. Whatever they are, I think that's the thing. So I need to look that up. Lady milk dispense. Don't Google that. Don't Google that. What else have I got? Scouring around. I'm trying to think what's happened. Yeah, Monday and Tuesday were a bit of a write-off, but I'm glad I've got my stuff together now. There's a lot to do. And sounds horrible. I think I said this last week. I'm glad I'm not at Crisis, but just me, because I have already got an absolutely full plate, so having to deal with that as well would have been way too full. Milk delivery professionals. So yeah, the next show I'm at is, I don't know if Sarissa are taking anything to Crisis. I don't think they know yet, but if they do take stuff, I think they'll take mine, but it's, nobody knows. There's no point sorting a pre-order or anything. If it does turn out they are, I will put out a quick message of, if you want anything, pre-order it. But I don't know. A lot of the UK traders are going, no. Even though the yeah, still not a Brexit, but it's still potentially a pain, so I don't know. The next show I'm at properly is Warfare, which is my last one of the year. When's that? I'll have leaflets by then. Yes, 16th, 17th November. Oh, can someone pop the time in as well? I want to see how long I've been rambling for. Yes, so Warfare, I'll have some stuff to show you at Warfare. There's a grand statement. And I'll also have a ton of leaflets. Because it's quite a short time between the Kickstarter starting, I usually get some leaflets printed. If any of you have like a club or a shop or gaming centre, anything like that where it would benefit from having some leaflets, obviously if it's more than a few, because it wouldn't be worth me just posting you a few, or if you make an order and you know that people will appreciate the flyer, just let me know or put it in the comments, the order comments, because that also helps. I haven't got flyers made for it yet, so this will be, what is it now? I don't even know what day it is. November 2nd? Yeah, so I've got 20-ish, 22 days. 22 days! I did promise it'd be on the 24th. 22 days to go. Mad. I'm trying to give this non-World War II related bad Squiddo news. Pretty much been that and hiding in paperwork. We had that free shipping deal last Sunday. If you weren't, what free shipping deal? It means that you weren't on our newsletter, so you missed out. So go subscribe to the newsletter. That would be ace. Oh yeah, that's good, Jasper. If you could send a PDF for the leaflet, I'll print it out. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll get something like that ready that you could share around and do like an easy one that you can print in black and white, so it won't cost much. I want to be heavy on the avatar pictures and the signatures for forums and all that, so while it's leading up and on, we can spam to death, because you just have to. And I've got a feeling there's going to be quite a lot of Kickstarters starting that day, because it's Wednesdays now. Wednesday tea time is always my launch time, And I've probably made the mistake of telling every company, you gotta launch Wednesday tea time, that's amazing. And it's the last, it's just a common sense thing. So there's gonna be a lot to compete with, and I need it to go really well. So yes, I'm gonna just keep asking anything you can do, anyone that can help spreading the word. Felicity, I missed the last live chat, but you mentioned a Red Sonja style mini. As a Red Sonja fan, please tell me more. I trust she will not be in a chainmail bikini. I almost brought her home to show you, but I didn't want to jinx it by moving sculpts around because I thought I'd forget about it and sit on it or something. She's really cool though, if you can imagine a cool miniature. I think there's 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 new Amazon figures. So as soon as I get some stuff from Alan for the World War II, they'll all basically a master mold takes about, what is it? Sorry, it keeps zoning out. A master mold takes around 16 miniatures, and that's sort of, there we go, 16 sort of like that. So it varies. So if you've got somebody, somebody like Fia, she takes more than her in a mould, obviously, because of the size, the width, basically. So it varies quite a lot. But I've got, yeah, so I think I've got 8 figures to go in. There's a new one of Geisha as well. But they will, what is it? Sorry, I'm really it's because I keep reading there. Yeah, when I've got some more sculpts from Alan, basically they will all go in the master mould together, because it's a waste of money to not fill a mould up unless you have to. I've had to do it before, I've only had a few to do. But yeah, it's basically like a Red Sonja style. I don't like doing that sort of knockoffy thing. She's sort of based on her, in the same way that those heroines are obviously based on people, but not. They're made to fit in with the range, but also a bit recognisable. But yeah, she's in a scale mail top, but she's got, I think I said last time, she's got a flappy skirt thing, which I should totally know the name of. So she's got her legs out. She's got some good chunky legs. I do like, I was talking to someone about this the other day. Oh, just, ooh, look at that hair. About how I really like knees and good legs on female miniatures, and it's because so many people, I'm just sort of looking around, so many people just do the legs, well, almost sometimes the arms, like legs and arms, like a spaghetti sort of thing, or they're just too straight. So when the mini's got a really good knee, a big chunk thigh, I like that Chaos Lady from one of the Age of Sigmar things. She's got it good. And this my Red Sonja style figure has got some good power legs on her. I like it. What have we got here? I know you probably get a lot of refs to women nurses for your projects, but I figured that Normandy Memorial Film was particularly poignant. Reminds me of 2014 when I went to visit my wife's great uncle's war graves, 3 of them, and the first cemetery had a single woman in it, another nurse in Pomperinge. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some more nurses, and that fits with the home front as well as just, you know, being dispatched overseas. I'm going to have a proper look at that video that you sent me, John, when I have a chance this afternoon, because that's when I'm going to be in research mode, but it looked like a good one. Alistair, who was watching, runs a business that I forgot the name of, but you're welcome to do a plug in the comments. And I got these earrings from him, and they're really cool. So I like supporting whatever you do, because you all buy my stuff, so if I see something of yours that I like, that's cool. Goes with the purple now as well. Ooh. Purple, I don't know how long it'll last, that's why I thought, oh, let's get that captured. Be on selfie mode later. What else have we got? I was going to say something else. I'm sure I had something really cool to say. Oh, there's new resins. There's new resins that I'll have for next week's show. I'm going to tell you what they are, because it's rubbish when I keep going, ooh. But they're mastered now, so I don't like telling you too far in advance, and then it kills the excitement. But the next, oh, I told you last week. I'm rubbish at keeping my own secrets. The next resins that are coming out next week will be a chicken, well, not coming out, but I'll be able to show you. I've got a chicken coop with chickens, which is just sculpted by Bristol, so it's got that sort of silly quirkiness. They're really good. And what was it? A beer brewing set, which also works really well as a potion brewing sort of alchemy set. It is immense. It is a huge kit, and it's just straight out of Bristol's crazy mind, which is ace. Did you get any further with the Polish women in Scotland from last week? I haven't. My research got sort of hampered for a bit. That's why I only got a little bit done. So I've been distracted by a few other bits. And yeah, being a bit ill at the start of the week didn't help. But I will. That's again this afternoon. The rest of the morning, I've got to very quickly do a tidy of this room. Although I'm probably just going to abandon it. I only come in here once a week. I need to make this room usable. That's the problem. I come in here to do my live stream and then I disappear because it's a room of shame. But yeah, the Polish women are definitely happening. That's a good reminder that I've got to get that because I've got to get the info to the sculptor. Is the info. I've never said info in person. Information. Is the World War II Kickstarter going to be set up like the Dwarves and Amazons, aka will there be a pick and mix option? Yes, always. I never want to force you to have to get loads. There's a few other companies that will sort of say, never give them the option, make it so they have to get stuff. And I think, well, it's not really fair, because say you just really like one of the packs, say you just really like this, but I'm there going, no, you have to spend at least £40. I think that's just a bit rubbish, and most people won't. They just go, I won't bother then, which is what I do when I see that sort of thing. So yeah, there'll be pick and mix options. There'll be packs, and there's not going to be many single figures, because it's just the way we're going at the moment. So they're going to be packs of sort of 2 to 5-ish. But yeah, you can get whatever. There's an Amazon Brew Mistress that's coming. What else? I'm going to go now, I think. I'm sure there was something else. We're in November, there's that. Yeah, I might just sod off my chores and go straight downstairs and carry on my research, I think. Weather's nice, pigs are happy. I tried reading in the guinea pig pen the other day and it was a bit of a disaster. I might try again. I thought I could sit in and I could read my book and then it'd be beautiful and they'd come up occasionally and I could give them little strokes, carry on reading, but I just got mobbed by pigs. It was fun, I didn't get any reading done. There's been a few campaigns where I only wanted a few minis but couldn't justify spending 50 quid. Yeah, totally, it's like people are trying to push, and I get it from a business perspective, trying to push people up. And I always try and push you up by making the big pledge really tasty. But everyone's got different budgets, so, you know, yeah, it'd suck if you just wanted one thing. And yeah, I'm always trying to do that mix of being nice, but also being a business, because you have to do certain stuff and all that. But I always want to run things as something that I would like to back or buy. So, someone asked about ultramoderns earlier, and one of the reasons I don't do that is it's just not my bag. So I only really do my bag. But yeah, there's some cool ultramodern stuff coming from unnamed companies that has shown me some really nice things. Just keep an eye out. Because when it's stuff I'm definitely not going to do, I just nag other companies to do it. I go, I'm not going to do it, so that when my customers ask, I can send them to you. Woo! Right, to the research, I believe, and yeah, that's it really. Sorry, it's been a relatively quiet week, but I've been sorting my life out and it's been working. That website block is amazing. I can't remember what it's called. Something like website block. But if you just go on Google Play, you get that. It's amazing. Website block. Yeah, I put TMP on it. I don't have to look. Anyway, why am I whispering? I don't know if you can still hear me. Right, I had a lovely Halloween. I hope you all seem to enjoy my normal Annie photos as well. But I'm going to go rather than ramble on because I have run out of stuff. I've still got loads of coffee though, but I'm sure I can drink it downstairs. So goodbye, thank you very much for coming along, as always. I don't know, is next weekend Remembrance Sunday? I don't know whether, because 11 o'clock's the silence, I don't know whether to do it at 10 or to just do it in the evening. I don't mind any comments, because also I know I'll be done. I'll make sure I'm done by 11, but it's more if people go into services or anything like that, that might get in the way, so maybe I'll do it in the evening. But anyway, goodbye, thank you, thanks for checking out my cool hair. Look, I've got text up to here so I can't see. Look at my hair, look at it, it's all purple. It's all purple. Bye.